Ah, this is the life, cruising along the leafy Cheshire country lanes in a beautiful car. It's trouble-free motoring at its best. And after 63,000 miles and almost 70 years, this original Vauxhall Princeton Tourer, affectionately known as TU because of the number plate, has amazingly broken down only once.
It's only on its second set of tyres now.
How do you manage to keep it running then?
With the goodwill of friends. You've got to have a good mechanic and a top engineer for it.
Vauxhall recognised TU to be unique because after being in the same family for 70 years, it's in its original form. Doris's husband bought the car back in 1926 for just £495. And since his death, this 87-year-old retired schoolteacher is a familiar sight on the country lanes of Delamere. Will you ever sell this car, Doris?
No.
Why?
I couldn't. He asked me to keep it. I'd lose all my boyfriends.
How many times have people offered to buy this car from you?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. The latest one is a man who works for the Ministry of the Interior in Bahrain. He says his money's in the Swiss bank waiting for it.
What's the reaction to the car from the villagers?
Oh, the villagers, especially the children, love it. If they can get in the car and do this, that's just what they want.
How do you feel now when you drive the car?
At peace with the world.
What happened to this car during the war, during the rationing years?
It was on the lawn. We had a small one running, but with no petrol for this one.
You really enjoy driving this, don't you, Doris?
Thoroughly enjoy it. And I enjoy taking people out in it.
I don't suppose you'd let me have a drive of it, would you?
Yes, I might if it was a straight road.
Will you teach me how to drive
And provided you let me stop if I want to get out.
Oh, absolutely. There were 3,500 of these made in Luton between 1923 and 1927, and there are just under 80 left in existence, most of them in museums. But this car is unique because it's been in the same family since new, and it's particularly special because it's in its original condition. But cars like this need some looking after, and the man who looks after this little beauty is Keith. And Keith, taking the wheel.
Yes, good. Yes,
What is it about cars of this age, do you think?
Oh, they're rugged and they're repairable. As you know, you can...
And very basic.
Yes.
I mean, talk me through that engine block. It's 2.3 litres, I know, but it doesn't seem to be much of it.
No, well, it's just a very compact little four-cylinder engine with an updraft carburettor, and the float is sensitive to perforation. So it needs fairly regular checking. It's very simple, though. You can undo it like that, and I'll turn the petrol on here, and we'll see that if that float comes up, we know it's not perforated, it's working. So, now there she is, it's come up, so that's all right.
Of course, you can't just nip into a Vauxhall dealership and buy the spares off the shelf, can you?
No, it's amazing though how everything can be taken apart and looked at, and when you find out what is really worn, it's some small part that you can either rebuild or get from the club or get from somebody else or just end up making.
So you make a lot of the spares
Yes,
yourself?
we've made a few little pieces for it, but not much. This car's required very little in the time that I've been associated with it.
How much longer do you think this particular car will survive?
Oh, I can't see. I think indefinite is the only word. As long as there's somebody who will take care of it, it'll go on forever.
My turn to have a go at last. I've been looking forward to this. It does take a bit of getting used to because obviously it's heavy and a huge steering wheel, but a very impressive gearbox apart from the lack of synchromesh. I'm doing 20 miles an hour now, but I'm told that 2.3 litre engine will take me to a top speed of 60. I think I'll just take the word for it.
Don't go too fast. Down from that stop. Oh, you did very well. Oh, my, I'm quite jealous.
A double D clutch, do you see?
No, my arms aren't as good as they used to be. I give you full marks. I did go quite a long way with you.
70 years in the same family gives a real new meaning to one lady owner. I only hope that in 70 years' time, my own car is going this well.